Hi there. How's your English study going? I hope you're making good progress. I've gathered some simple English sentences, either short or not too long, that you can relate to or easily imagine. I hope this helps expand your English expression.
Reading practice. For speaking, read silently or aloud, as if you were telling it to someone else. Audio will be without repetition, with a brief pause between each chunk or sentence.
Is it that hard to ask for help?
Me. When all two of your friends are busy.
Six-year-old me holding my breath. After passing by a person with a lit cigarette.
I did not want this to be a lesson. I wanted this to be love.
Most of what weighs me down is not mine to carry.
My 7-yo just got mad at his brother. And called him ugly. And his brother got really upset about it. And started crying.
They're identical twins. Identical twins.
I hope that there are things that still remind you of me. I hope that they still make you smile.
If you hold me without hurting me. You'll be the first who ever did.
I was here. I existed. I was young. I was happy. And someone cared enough about me in this world to take my picture.
You don't have any friends.
I have you. I don't need anyone else.
That's a lot of pressure.
Expression spotlight.
I did not want this to be a lesson. I wanted this to be love.
This to be.
I didn't want this to be the end.
I want this to be the best studio in the world.
We want this to be a turning point.
We want this to be the place to come to.
I want this to be a surprise for her.
We're not doing this to be ironic.
I know this to be true.
I still refuse to believe this to be true. My heart is broken.
But a historic fact proves this to be untrue.
No research has proved this to be true.
Is this to be the story?
What I dream about is for all this to be over.
They found this to be more enjoyable.
We found this to be especially interesting.
I actually find this to be rather horrifying. Evidence soon showed this to be less than true.
I pray for this to be a very successful venture.
I find this to be a very interesting approach to negotiation.
I'm expecting this to be the most delicious banana cream pie I've ever made.
I bought this to be a gift for my friend's kids. It looks so pretty.
Just finished this to be a gift for my mom's friend. who sent me a very delicious pâté.
I am determined for this to be the last time I lose weight.
Ukrainians are doing everything. For this to be the last war in Europe and the world.
We need this to be done in our country and stop pollution.
Which was, I want this to be practical, right? I don't want it to be theoretical and out there, right? So I'll give you an example.
Miniatures. 2. Who you do it for. After you determine what sets you apart, position yourself for your ideal customer. In order for this to be effective, you must narrow your focus. Without focus, you try to be everything for everyone, and you end up being nothing for nobody. Then use the kind of language that appeals to you.
Finally get to see it completed. This one was not a quick 15-minute fix, but required probably about 3 or 4 hours of running stitching the new lace in by hand, but I found this to be quite enjoyable actually. The utter redundancy of my proclaiming my
a great compliment to the work. And so basically we're making these films for what we can.
Yeah.
And it's also about being responsible to the people that fund them. You know,
Yeah.
I want this to be sustainable. I want it to be something that continues time and time again, and that movies lead to other movies, like Roger Corman's company.
Right.
They were successful, and that's why he made produced like 300 movies, right? And I want to keep up that momentum,
Yeah.
and that requires them to be profitable.
Right, definitely. Well, no, I wouldn't think it fit.
During my training as a nurse practitioner many years ago, the dominant nutritional paradigm was exercise more, eat less. I found this to be profoundly ineffective for most, if not all, of my female patients. The concept of calories in, calories out alone is just not effective. Many of the things that I work with my female
That's all for today. I hope this helps you with your English. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.